get ready for an updated wash and go routine. So it's been such a long time since I did a wash and go. I've washed and deep conditioned my hair, and I love to apply this liquid leave-in conditioner from Aveda. This is a super hydrating one, and it protects my hair for both UV rays and heat. Oh, and before we continue, I'm so sorry for that speck that's on my eye. It's a little bit of my cleansing balm, and I did not realize that it was on. So yeah, now that we got that elephant out of the room, or at least acknowledged it, let's just continue with this video. After that, I applied the Azea Moisture Milk. I feel like this is their best leave-in conditioner that is suitable with most gels when it comes to wash and goes without flaking. I do have to say that normally I apply both of these products in the shower. It's just way easier, and it really allows me to saturate my hair good enough and also apply a little bit of water, which you will see me spray in between because my hair can dry up pretty quickly, and I was really want to make sure that my hair is really wet. I feel like that is the number one thing that makes a wash and go last longer, is to apply your styler on really wet hair. Now it's time to incorporate my styler, and I'm using the Eco Styler Crystal Gel. I never tried this one out before, but ever since I have it, I do really enjoy it. It gives a very good hold and gives definition. And like I said, I do like to apply water in between, and I love this water mist from the Curly Girl movement. So I first apply a dot of gel on the entire section, and then I section off that section to really get into the hair. Make sure that I work in the gel and apply where needed. 9 out of 10 times I need a little bit more gel, and I apply, rake it through, make sure that if there are any little tangles left that I forgot to detangle underneath the shower or did not see, I really want to make sure that it is super smooth, which will give you that amazing definition by the product really clumping the hairs together. As you can see, I separate in groups. So the way that my hair clumps, that is how I separate. And that is basically the technique that I use on my entire hair. As you can see, it's very defined, and the number one trick is really just to take your time to work in the products. The more time you take for the products to be worked in, the more they do their actual job and give you that definition that you want and need for a wash and go that lasts all week. Because the front of my hair is a little bit stubborn, I like to finger coil a couple of them just to make sure that they look good. I feel like sometimes they can look a little bit stringy, and finger coiling them just gives them more definition, keep them out of my face as well because you'll have more shrinkage, and all with all gives it a very nice finished look when it's dry. Now it's time to get rid of that extra moisture. I like to use a microfiber towel and I basically scrunch, plump, I don't know these terms, but you see what I'm doing to get rid of excess product and moisture, which will also speed up the drying process. And here you go. I let this dry for at least like 3 to 4 hours and then I'll be right back. So here we are. It's I think 70% dry, and now I use my diffuser to dry out my roots. That's the part that takes the longest due to the density of my hair. So I push that towards the roots to dry that, and then I'll finish up with a normal nozzle, which will basically help to cool my hair off. I use the cool setting and that just finishes off and basically seals the cuticle because I'm using cold air. After that, I just put it in a satin bonnet, sleep on it, and the next day I will stretch and finish off the hairstyle, which is actually what I always do when it comes to the wash day. So here we are the next morning, the next day, and this is what it looks like. Cute, but we're not there yet. We're gonna give that extra little oomph, which it really needs. So again, I'm going to stretch my hair, I'm going to stretch the roots and keep the ends intact. And this is basically the technique that I always use, which basically makes it invisible. You do not see that it is stretched, and that's the way that I like it, but it makes such a difference. And since we are not able to go to the hairdressers and I really need a shape up, this really helps me to basically get my hair into a shape that is presentable. So that's why I like to use this technique. As you can see, a huge difference. I'm gonna do the exact same thing on the other side. Now that that's finished, it's time to apply a little bit of oil to get rid of that scrunchiness. I don't mind it for the day one because then I know that I get enough definition, but I like to scrunch it out a little bit, applying that oil, which will help me with it. And yeah, I don't know how to call this technique, but this is what I do to get rid of that crunchiness. And when it comes to the stretching, by the way, I only do that once and then I let my hair be all week. It will get bigger, it will shrink up a little bit, then elongate again. It does whatever it wants, but I have a rule that I only do it once, otherwise that's just too much manipulation. And I feel like wash and goes are already quite, for my hair type, it's not the best to do it every single week, so that's why I just want to make the best out of it and I just do that once. I also really massage my scalp a little bit, which will add a little bit of volume, especially for day one hair, which tends to be quite flat. And this is what day one hair looks like. If you check out my Instagram page, then I have a reels that you can see a whole week in my wash and go, and you will see it transform and get bigger and bigger. But this is it. I hope you enjoy and have an amazing day.